What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG video where we are continuing the Durham League Cup review of the tournament. We're looking at round 2 here. On the left, we have Eric Smith, who you guys may know from his Rare Candy YouTube channel. Super great stuff over there, guys. Definitely make sure you check them out if you have not. He is playing a Solgaleo deck, just a straight-up Solgaleo GX deck, and then Lamar Battle on the right, playing the Zoroark Weavile deck that's been pretty popular as of recent. And looks like Eric did take a few mulligans there, or give up a few mulligans. Wow, did Lamar just draw 4 cards to start the game? That is definitely pretty good if you are Lamar. And he gets to go first. Wow, a super big advantage just at the start. Getting those 4, I think it was 4 or 5 mulligans that Eric had to take, or had to give up over there on his side. And so, yeah, Lamar is going to go ahead and start things off with a Bridget and getting some Zoruas in play and probably going to get down some Sneasels. Looks like he's just getting the 1 Sneasel for now. And I think Weavile is actually incredibly good in this matchup. Eric's deck is entirely reliant on Pokemon with abilities. But we'll see if Eric can pop off here, maybe get some more Cosmogs in play. Starting off with that Nest Ball is definitely nice. Gonna go ahead and slap down get down that second Cosmog so that he can try to get that turn to Soul Burst GX with Solgaleo GX and try to clean up the game, taking just a few quick knockouts with that big time attack that does 230 damage. And looks like he's going to go ahead and just follow that up with an N. He had a Skyla in his hand. I guess maybe could have gone for like a Skyla to get another Nest Ball in play, but no, I think N is totally fine, especially since Lamar still had a ton of cards in his hand from that those couple of mulligans that Eric had to give up. So these players will both get 6 cards on the other side of this. And I see an Ultra Ball in Eric's hand, so if he can find a Rare Candy and a Metal Energy next turn, he can get off the Solgaleo GX attack and Soul Burst a bunch of energy into play. On to Lamar's turn. He did start that 1 Tapu Koko, which is super good for any of these Zoroark decks. Anytime you start Tapu Koko, you're just going to be able to have so many options on the second turn. Looks like we do see a Zoroark from Breakthrough come into play, as well as a Zoroark GX. Dark Energy attached to that Zoroark GX is actually really threatening. He can potentially use Trickster GX to copy Solgaleo's attack to Sunsteel Strike an opposing Solgaleo GX to knock it out. And that would be really not good if you're on Eric's side of the field. So having the option to play the Dark Energies is definitely coming in handy for Lamar here. He will need to find another energy if he wants to take a knockout this turn. He is already hitting 120 to knock out the Rayquaza just based on the amount of Pokemon in play. He does just need, however, 1 more energy card. Looks like there is a DCE in his hand, so he can go that route if he wants to. He's already traded this turn. I believe he traded away a Bridget before he played the Cynthia. Just doing some math here. Looks like, yes, 6 Pokemon in play. Riotous Beating will knock out that Rayquaza. On to Eric's turn. I see Ultra Ball. I see, I think, a Skyla. So he could get... No, there's no Skyla, I'm sorry. He had 2 Ultra Balls, though, so he could have potentially gotten Lele and Solgaleo, but no Metal Energy in his hand, so he may have to try to just go for, like, an N this turn, which is definitely not what he wants to be doing ideally. He does have a Cynthia as well. That's another option for him. But 3 Cosmogs in play is definitely nice. Lamar just nicely setting out his hand there, saying, I have 6 cards, 3 on each side. And we'll see what Eric decides to go with. It looks like it's going to be the Cynthia. Maybe saying, hey, it's pretty unlikely I get Rare Candy Solgaleo Metal Energy off of these 6 cards. I might need to take another turn to set up, and I can save the N to put you at a lower hand size a little later. The only thing I think that didn't go right for Lamar's turn, maybe he would have wanted to get 1 more Zoroark GX in play, or get just a Dark Energy as opposed to the double colorless. It feels a little awkward having all that energy on a Zoroark GX, especially if he wants to use Trickster GX. At some point, he'll have to attach another Dark Energy to the Zoroark, so it's definitely annoying, but I think he is still in a pretty solid position. On Eric's side, I do see a Rare Candy over there, but I don't think I see a Solgaleo or any Metal Energy even. I think I actually see at least 2 Rare Candies in that hand. He does get down Mr. Mime. That is a Pokemon with an ability, but I think he just wants to get it down to prevent maybe like a Coco spread to like that Lamar could use to try to set up multiple prizes in a single turn. Or maybe he's wanting to sacrifice it after this active Cosmog goes down since he's so far behind. But on Lamar's turn, looks like he's kind of just planning out what he wants to do with his turn, setting out his hand and trying to figure out, okay, where do I need to go from here? I do see an Evo Soda in his hand, so could get another Zoroark GX in play. He could also go for a Weavile. Weavile's only hitting 50 damage right now since Eric doesn't have any other Pokemon in play with abilities besides the Mr. Mime, so Weavile will probably be better for Lamar later on down the road, but I could definitely see him getting another Zoroark GX. No, actually getting the Zoroark Break, and that is another option for him here. Going to get Zoroark Break. It went up into his hand. It should get placed directly on to the Zoroark, so hopefully that just gets fixed pretty soon. I'm sure he would evolve it anyway, even if it did go to the hand, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but yeah, there it does come into play. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and trade away a Choice Band. He does get a Weavile in play. I maybe would have liked to have seen another Zoroark GX as opposed to the Weavile. You don't really need the Weavile quite yet and might want just the consistency of having another Zoroark in play, but Eric is going to go ahead and play a Super Rod, puts back the Tapu Lele GX, puts back a Cosmog and I believe a Rayquaza, Field Blowers away a Choice Band, and hits Lamar with an N. And this is one of those reasons I think getting Zoroark GX might have been good, just getting some more draw power into your hand. But at the same time, Weavile is definitely a very good Pokemon in this matchup once Eric gets set up. There is Metal Energy and a Rare Candy in Eric's hand, but no Solgaleo GX, no Ultra Ball, so no Solgaleo once again, just whiffing super hard, unfortunately. Lamar is going to go ahead and trade away an N over on his side. I think there is an Ultra Ball in his hand, so he can get out another Zoroark GX if he wants to here. It looks like he is just going to go ahead and take that Ridus beating KO, though. We do see the Metal Energy on to Cosmog. And we see a Hala and an N in Eric's hands. He's probably just going to want to go for that N and try to maybe get lucky and hit Rare Candy Solgaleo. But even at that point, he is down 3 prizes, and Lamar has the Weavile. Lamar has a Dark Energy on that Zoroark, so he's threatening, you know, a knockout next turn on this active Pokemon if he just finds Choice Band and a Dark Energy. Even if Eric hits Rare Candy Solgaleo, and it doesn't look like he did, and he's just going to go Dust Gathering, draw a single card. Things are definitely not going Eric's way this game, and Lamar is just in an absolutely commanding position. He'll go down to just 2 prizes remaining after this turn. He knocks out this Cosmog. He's going to go ahead and trade away a Field Blower, not something he really needs at this point. And yeah, he's just going to go ahead and take that KO. Eric does top deck a Tapu Lele GX, so the game isn't theoretically over, but I really don't know if you're Eric how you can come back from this slow start, even if he is able to set up, even if he got a Solgaleo this turn and did get off a Soul Burst. I don't think that you're going to be able to take your 6 prizes before Lamar is able to find 2 more prizes, especially with Zoroark Break in play, especially with a Dark Energy on that Zoroark GX to threaten the Trickster knockout on the active next turn. There's not much that Eric can do at this point. He didn't get set up, and you know that does come with these Stage 2 decks from time to time. You just aren't able to get things going. You're not able to get set up. They're a little clunkier, but when they do get up and rolling, they are definitely very, very threatening. So Eric, it looks like he was debating playing a Super Rod. He might want to put back some of those Cosmogs. I think he's already put back one with a Super Rod at least, and but decides to go ahead and play a Tapu Lele. He might still play Super Rod at some point this turn. Eyeing up a Cynthia, may just want to go for a little bit of shuffle draw and see if he can find something better for himself here. But right now it is definitely not looking great. There is a Cynthia in play. Let's see if he's going to play anything else. Yeah, Super Rod comes down, putting back Mr. Mime, Cosmog, and a Metal Energy, and a Cynthia. Going to shuffle and draw 6 cards. And he just has to find Solgaleo GX this turn. Even if he does, like I said, I really don't know that there's much Eric is going to be able to do, unfortunately. It is unfortunate whenever I choose a game to record for these matches, and the game ends up not being that great, but you know, it happens sometimes. That is Pokemon. That is the way things go from time to time, and sure enough, no Rare Candy, no Solgaleo. There's an Ultra Ball. There is a Tapu Lele. So he can maybe do it next turn. There's an Ultra Ball and a Rare Candy, actually, so he can Soul Burst next turn, actually, and does send up this Tapu Lele and just pass onto Lamar's turn. He can't win this turn. I don't think he has any way to do that. Evosoda is going to go ahead and come out. So we'll see if he goes after a Weavile or a Zoroark GX. You know, maybe he didn't get any Zoroarks earlier because he didn't have access to them. Maybe they were like in his prize cards or something along those lines. But now it looks like he's going to go ahead and get down a Zoroark from Breakthrough and get that guy set up as well. I don't know that Mind Jack will be able to do too much to Eric since he does, you know, have a pretty low bench at this point. But Foul Play from Zoroark Break can, with a Choice Band, just take a one-hit KO on a Solgaleo GX, copying their Sun Steel Strike attack. And I think Lamar would probably just be fine hitting into this Lele. You know, it's another win condition on the board. All he has to do is hit a Guzma the following turn to knock it out. Eric has to find Rare Candy Solgaleo this turn. And yeah, Lamar is trading away a DCE. Anytime you see a Zoroark player trade away a double colorless energy, you know that they're in a pretty good position. Looks like he's going to go ahead and just target down the Cosmog. I don't hate this either. It does make it a little awkward, though, if Eric does find the Solgaleo this turn and gets like something like an N as well, which it looks like he may be able to. Oh no, that wasn't a rare candy in his hand. I think it was a Field Blower, so he'd have to Skyla for the Field Blower, which means there wouldn't be the possibility of something like an N. But by Lamar using that, by Lamar using that Guzma this turn, if Eric does get a Solgaleo GX in play, it's kind of like one more turn until Lamar is able to win, unless he is able to get a Guzma plus Choice Band play, or able to just, if Eric leaves the Solgaleo GX active, if he's able to get a Choice Band and Foul Play knockout the Solgaleo. Eric actually is going to go for a Cosmog here, so I think actually if you're Eric, like, you've kind of accepted you're going to lose this game anyway, but maybe you don't want to put that Cosmog down because that's just, you know, an actual way for Lamar to win the next turn. And yeah, oh, look at that, 2 Solgaleo GX in the prizes for Eric. Wow, that is absolutely brutal. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do too much if you have all of your Solgaleo GXs prized, so that is going to be the end of this one, guys. Definitely leave a like down below if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and that's going to do it for me. Until next time, guys, take care.